Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy. My channel's Finding Value. If you like making lots of money, this is the channel for you. Subscribe, give me a thumbs up for this content. Leave comments below if you guys have any sort of questions on anything. Let me know. So this week, I think we had a pretty good week. I'll take it. Looks like we had a lot of up days, probably 4 out of the 5, and a lot of them were pretty large. So high five, way to go. The cheaters were running wild everywhere. So I'm going to go over a weekly update. I'm going to show you what I think is still a very good opportunity. I've been looking at this. I've been looking at it longer and longer, and I'm getting more bullish every time I start looking at these charts. Today, it looks like they put in some bullish engulfings. So I'm getting pretty bullish here. I'm getting excited for the next weeks to come up. I know Monday's closed for a trading day. I think it's President's Day, but let me jump in here and show you what I'm looking at. So I call this a weekly update. These are some of the charts that I think are good. I'm going to go over some other updates. So gold, we're still coming on down. We're still pulling back. And we've got this contraction here. We've got a lot of small down days. It's just kind of muted here. We've got the nice big wick on the bottom. It tried to pull down. It came back up. And now we're pulling back a little bit. And we got these small little down days. I really want the buyers to step in here sometime soon. But, let's look at silver. This is silver, the actual price of silver. And what I see is actually very bullish here. I'm going to show you what I'm seeing here. We've got, wicks on the bottom down here. There's a lot of buyers all down in this region down here. And we shot this thing higher. Now, whenever you see these bigger bodies here, and then you see the small pullback like this, and then you see a bullish engulfing of it before, that's typically a launching pad to move up. So the setup was right here. It was a wick on the bottom, pull up, a little pullback, and notice how this was bigger on the pull up in less days, more distance traveled in less time, which is more powerful than the pullback. And then we have another big powerful move up. This is, I call the manipulation day, completely manipulated. And then we come down, we've got a bearish engulfing, but we have a response here of 2 big up days, and then the small pullback, and then the bigger up day here. I think it's going to launch. Maybe. It's looking good to move up. Now, if it's a launch, I'm not 100% sure, but it looks like it wants to go on to the upside. So I'm getting pretty bullish here on silver. Looks very good. Let's look at platinum. Platinum's looking pretty good too. We're coming up. If you draw we'll call it a resistance line in here. It broke to the upside of that, and I think we're in the clear here to move on up. And even if we have a small little down day, the path of least resistance is to the upside. That's what I'm seeing. So I'm getting more and more bullish, especially on this guy right here, silver. This is looking very compelling because this day I'm going to throw it out. It's almost like a manipulation day. I think these big down days like this, so when you watch and you look at charts for many, many years, this chart makes no sense. And I'm going to tell you why. Every time you have these big down days, a lot of them are just it's like they're randomly placed throughout. But notice next to it, we've got these up days all next to them. Markets don't work like this. It's almost like it's not real. It's like someone's punching this thing down. What I'm used to seeing, and you can see it through here. See how this has a big down day, it goes sideways, and then the big down day, and then it contracts in the body length like this, like it's slowing its momentum down to turn, and then it turns and comes up. And then you can kind of get some jumbles. But see how like this down day is small, it's bigger than this one, and then it contracts and then kind of turns. And then you have a bearish engulfing, and then it contracts down into this nice small piece here, and then it comes up. And then we've got a big down day, but then the bodies contract down, and then you move. Like this looks like normal trading patterns here. This doesn't look manipulated to me looking at platinum. Now, when you look at silver, you just have these big, massive down days sprinkled throughout, and then it just bubbles back up. And the reason this doesn't make any sense is where's the momentum change? It just has this big down day. If this was a true down day like this, you'd see down day, down day, down day, and then you'd contract, where the sellers would contract and turn and come back up. I think they're holding this thing down. And the dangerous part is when they lose control, this thing's going to go massive to the upside, just massive. And when I look at these charts, when you have momentum going like this up, and then you just have this massive down day, and then it goes nowhere after, that screams of manipulation. Now, who cares about the manipulation? Let's say they're doing it, no big deal. I'm looking at this, I'm reading articles, I'm looking at things, and I think they're panicking. And I'm seeing the setups here, big 2-up days with the small down days like this. This is screaming to go up. And they're going to have to come down here and smack it or something if they want to control it. But they're running out of metal. So they better be careful, because if they keep smacking this down and we just drain the physical from them, I don't know what that's going to do to price, because, I mean, this could go berserk to the upside. So I like silver right here. This chart pattern looks extremely strong. I already talked about platinum. Now here's SilJ. I'm going to start talking about a lot of silver companies here and seeing how we can play this. The move to the upside, cup, and you can either end it here or the cup here, but I think it's here, and then this is creating a handle here. And I think I zoomed in on this one. No, I didn't zoom on this one, but this looks like a cup and handle. It looks like this thing's going to just absolutely explode to the upside at some point. Here's GDX. We've got the cup maybe or a basing pattern, but here's the lead in, the big bowl shape breakout, and now we're coming right back and we're resting at the top of this pattern here. I think this looks damn good right here. Now let's start looking into some of the mining companies. Again, we've got this big bowl pattern. It broke out, back tested or retested, however you want to say it. I think this is going to go. And you can see this U-shape, like a U-shaped cup pattern. Maybe we come up, do just a little cup and handle, and then just blow out, because we've been doing cup and handles everywhere, it seems like. Here's the lead in to that as well. So I think we're getting close. Discovery Metals, we've got a nice, I wouldn't say this is totally bullish right here, but we're putting in work. Get to some of the other charts. Ely Gold's putting in, could be, I don't know if it ended the day here, but this could be a bullish engulfing. We've got nice big wicks on the bottom here. It's coming around. It's setting up, I think, to move at least a little bit higher. Now, Fortuna Silver Mines looks very good here. We got a bullish engulfing of the ones before it. This one here. And just by looking at how this came up and came down, and then it came back up and came down, we've got this nice contraction of the pattern. And then we throw in a bullish engulfing here. I think this is a good spot here. I like it. AG, same exact pattern. So we come up, bullish engulfing, boom, big shot higher, the pullback, up, pullback. Whenever you hit these dead periods, right, like this, I like it. And we're moving up a little bit, and I think we could take off from here. I mean, obviously a lot depends on silver itself and if they try to push this thing back down, but what I'm seeing is strength. And Endeavor Silver, look at this guy, 8.14, and I don't know if it ended here, but bullish engulfing of the 1, 2, 3 before it. So when we look at this, we have a nice big move higher here, and then a smaller pullback. Here's the bottom of the pullback. This was the beginning, so we won on this. Another big pullback, another big shot up, pullback, shot up, pullback, and then launch. And if we break through this spot here, which we're right there, it's like, my God, this thing's going to launch higher, I think. So EXK is one to look at. Mag Silver, they're all putting in these patterns of bullish engulfings. And bullish engulfings typically, here's another bullish engulfing here, typically are a launching pad to shoot higher. Bullish piercing. So I'm looking for these bullish piercings and bullish engulfings, and we're getting them everywhere. Here's a bullish engulfing here. And they add up. So down here, we've got a launching pad to launch higher from. So this is our launch and our pullback here. And it's like right to this point. and I think we're going to launch. This thing looks great. SM Energy, my Lord, look at this thing. Bullish engulfing, moving on up, looking fantastic. Bullish engulfing here. So we did the bullish engulfing, the pullback within, and then the launch higher. That's what I'm looking for. Contango, my God. Bullish engulfing, it looks like perhaps. But this thing's looking pretty strong too. I think I actually told everybody that this was a cup and handle pattern at the bottom here. So if you guys didn't buy, that was on you, not on me. Here is Cal and Petroleum. Bullish engulfing. There was our launching pad. I said this was the cheetah. This is Cal on this date at 16 bucks. Boom. Shooting higher. I still think this has some left in it. It's got some more in the tank. I don't like wicks at the top. So maybe we have a little down day and maybe we move up after that. Maybe not. Maybe this thing just moves right on up. But it's looking strong. Nothing to worry about. DXP putting in this is a oil company. It's kind of the Granger of oil, like Granger Industrial. This is the oil counterpart of Granger. So DXP Enterprises, bullish engulfing, looking pretty good. We've got nice big up days, and then the pullbacks are just going sideways. This is pretty strong. So it's looking pretty good. We got the 50-day across on the 200-day. So DXPE is pretty good. SYAAF, Syra Resources. I think this is the graphite company that some people were talking about. I think they're putting in some processing plants. But this one's looking pretty good, even if it didn't end here. Looks like we're kind of contracting down, coming up, and perhaps a move to the upside, perhaps. But the spot that I'm getting really interested in and excited on, I mean, obviously oil and gas is crushing it. It's already moving. So I consider that ship is kind of sailed. I already have a bunch of money in it. It's probably okay to enter some of them. They've already got a pretty good run, so I wouldn't be jumping in MCF or maybe CPE at this exact second. When I talked about it earlier, that's when I would have entered. But some of these other ones like silver, man, I'm getting pretty bullish on silver. The charts are looking really good, and if something just sparks this thing, I think we're going to move to the upside. And keep in mind, these things move incredibly fast. So when you look at the silver sector, you kind of have to be in it before it moves, because these things put in massive moves. And EXK was up 8% just today, and we're putting in bullish engulfings all over the place across the sector. I think that silver looks very strong, and I'm almost getting the vibes of a bolita here, a bull and a cheetah. So that's a strong like bull but fast like cheetah, which is a bolita, which can move this thing to the upside very strong and very quick. The timing, we're putting in the bullish engulfing. So I think the timing for me would be now. But that would be me. Remember, this isn't financial advice. That's why I'm tippy-toeing around all this, because I can't give you guys financial advice. I'm not certified to do that. But what I would be doing is purchasing silver companies, AG, EXK, FSM, Mag Silver. They all look fantastic. MMNGF, DSVMF. But the ones that look very strong, AG, EXK, FSM, Mag Silver, those are the ones that look very good. Those mid-tier producers of silver. And I think since they're producing, if we get a big move here in silver, we're seeing shortages in silver. I think there's shortages on 1,000-ounce bars now. The premiums are starting to kick up. I heard that on some other YouTube channels from SD Bullion. So it's coming. And I like to position before the move. I'm not a guy who likes to chase. So I position, I strategically place my positioning beforehand, and then I wait for that money to come around. And I think it's going to be a flood. I have this feeling like silver's going to really, it's just a feeling. Doesn't mean it's going to come true. But if you don't have any physical silver, that might be one looking into. I know everybody wants to get this stuff for cheap. But you know what? That's in the rearview mirror. The premiums are higher. I think premiums are around $5 an ounce. I know you guys think of it as a premium over spot price. The problem is the physical is that price. It doesn't matter what the premium is. You're not paying 20% over spot. What you're doing is you're paying the physical price of what it costs. And the physical is whatever they can sell it at and what people are willing to pay for. It's not 20% to spot. Spot, the paper market is going to get jacked soon, I think. So I think they're panicking. You might see more margin requirement increases. You might see some stuff where they're trying to slow it down, but I don't know if they can stop it. So you might see some. I'm watching silver. That's where my focus is on. I'm watching those companies that I talked about, and I'm very excited for the weeks to come. If you guys like this content, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Leave comments below. What do you guys think about silver? And are you pretty bullish on it? Leave it in the comment section. Thanks for listening. This is Finding Value.